Hi everybody, this is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts, and this is a Q&A episode. So let's actually get started, shall we? So first question from Lukezilla. I have a question: if you could make a dinosaur movie, which dinosaurs would it be about? This is a good question. I like this question there, Luke. So if I had to make a dinosaur movie, what dinosaurs would I focus on? Well, let's actually bring in some. Let's actually do some dinosaurs that haven't really gotten that much of the spotlight. Let's bring in like a sauropod that hasn't really gotten a chance to be discussed in to be like shown in a movie. Let's go with a Margosaurus. I would love to see a Margosaurus in a movie. I think that would be really, really cool. And so, yeah, I think a Margosaurus would actually be a dinosaur that I would love to see in a movie. In terms of like, say, predatory dinosaurs, let's say. I always say Carnotaurus deserves a spot to be a big predator in a movie at some point. But yeah, I could probably go with like Acrocanthosaurus, and in terms of a raptor, maybe a Kilobator. That might be one. Let's see about, but others. There could be a whole range of dinosaurs that I could actually choose from for that. But that's a really good question, Luke. But yeah, any type of dinosaur that hasn't gotten a chance in the spotlight yet deserves to be in a dinosaur movie. The Jurassic World franchise, the Jurassic World trilogy, kind of started to do that, But the thing is that they still try to one up T-Rex a lot, and that I do not like. That needs to stop. If they're gonna make a future movie in the Jurassic franchise, they need to stop trying to one up T-Rex a lot. They need to really understand is that T-Rex is the focal point to a lot of the Jurassic franchise, and Tyrannosaurus Rex is a very popular dinosaur. And the thing is, you can't just make any type of predatory dinosaur that is longer than T-Rex and just say, oh, it can beat T-Rex. Like, you can't just always do that. Just because it's larger does not mean it's the one that's going to beat T-Rex. It's mainly going to be a herbivorous dinosaur that would probably beat T-Rex. Not any predatory dinosaur. I would probably say if any dinosaur that would be able to beat a Tyrannosaurus Rex, it's going to be any one of the sauropods or otherwise an Ankylosaurus. Those are the only ones. All right, Alex, your question. Do you think that saber-toothed cats were able to roar like today's big cats? And did saber-toothed cats live in family groups like lions, or were they more solitary like jaguars, tigers, and leopards? This is a good question. So your first question about if saber-toothed cats were able to roar like today's big cats, I think they could, because it's that they're mammals and they're part of the big cat family. I would probably be saying, yeah, I would think they can roar. I don't know what kind of roar it would be, but it'd be one of them. In terms of your second question, do I think they lived in family groups like a pride of lions, or were they more solitary like most other big cats? That's a difficult one. The La Brea tar pits can actually be an indicator of what the social structure is for the saber-toothed cats, like say basically Smilodon fatalis. Is that there were a lot of them. There were a lot of saber-toothed cats in the La Brea tar pits, and even there were juveniles there too. So does that mean that they lived in prides, or like like in a family group, like a pride of lions? It's a possibility. It is definitely a possibility that they probably did do that. But I think majority of the time they were mostly solitary, like other large big cats, like you mentioned, like jaguars, leopards, and tigers. Mountain lions or cougars are solitary, and they're able to catch their food very well. They don't need to be in a group in order to catch big prey. So I'd probably say that majority of the time they're solitary, but in terms of like if they lived in a family group, there is a really, really good chance that that did happen. Like you have the hierarchy as being is that you have a bunch of females, one male that is the leader of the group, and if there's a new male that comes in and tries to, get in to the family group into the group, the males have to duke it out, and that's where you find out if there's going to be a new ruler of the pride or otherwise the old guard sticks around. That's pretty much what happens. But yeah, I mean that is a really good possibility. I think it's still up in the air, but I think mostly it is leaning towards that they did live in groups in like a pride of lions. So they had that lion social structure, but I think mostly males are the ones that are actually mostly solitary. The females probably did live alongside each other with a single male. And so, yeah, I would actually go with that one there, Alex. All right, Benjamin, you got a few questions for me. Is Falcatus the smallest of prehistoric sharks? It is one of them. It's one of them. I don't know that much about this one, so I could say it is one of the smaller ones. I think it's one of the very few early sharks, or at least one of the smaller sharks. Is Therizinosaurus the most bizarre of all theropods? If it's the most bizarre, I would probably say it's one of them. But I'd say the most bizarre out of all the theropods, it's Dinochairus. Dinochairus is so weird. It's so weird, because of it's got that like hump on its back, and you got that duckbill like beak on it. It's got those big arms with those claws. I mean, like, how can you not say Dinochairus is the strangest of all theropods? It's really weird. Therizinosaurus is definitely up there. It's definitely up there. But I go Dinochairus for the strangest or the weirdest. Is Carnotaurus the strangest looking of all predatory dinosaurs? I would not say so. The only strange thing about it is that it's got really puny arms compared to its body size. A lot of people think that Tyrannosaurus Rex has the smallest arms amongst all dinosaurs, which it isn't. It isn't. That belongs to Carnotaurus. Carnotaurus has the smallest arms compared to its overall body size. Because if you look at Carnotaurus's arms, it's got a hand, but they don't have claws, and they barely have a forearm, and they don't have an elbow, and most of their arm is just basically the humerus, so the upper arm bone. And of course, it's got those like big horns on it above its eyes. It's got a short skull. And so, I mean, yeah, it's got some strange qualities to it, but to me, the strangest predatory dinosaur is going to be Majungasaurus because of that bulldog-like head, that cauliflower texture on its skull, mainly on the skull part. It's got that single horn on top of its head. I mean, that is a weird theropod. That is a weird abelisaur. Abelisaurs are the strangest of all predatory dinosaurs. They're just crazy looking weird. Crazy looking weird. And then your final one, who would win, Yangchuanosaurus or Torvosaurus? So these two dinosaurs, they did live in the Jurassic period, but they're from separate continents. Even though Torvosaurus can be found on two continents, you got, or otherwise two different parts of two different countries or something like that, whatever. But like Torvosaurus fossils are found in North America and in parts of Europe, whereas Yangchuanosaurus, their fossils are mostly found in China and Mongolia, mostly in China. And so they kind of lived around the same time, but Torvosaurus is a megalosaurid, whereas Yangchuanosaurus is a metriacanthosaurid. And so Torvosaurus being larger, it's got the larger teeth, bigger claws, whereas Yangchuanosaurus might have the speed advantage, but I probably would say is that Torvosaurus is still going to win this one. It's just too big. It's just too big to be taken down by Yangchuanosaurus. Yangchuanosaurus can get about the size of, like, say, maybe a 25 or 30 foot long close to the size of a 25 to 30 foot long Allosaurus fragilis, but the largest Allosaurus fragilis can actually get just over 30 feet. And so yeah, I'd probably say that even though that I think Yanchuanosaurus could have a few jabs on Torvosaurus, but Torvosaurus's overall size is going to be the main factor here. It's going to be the overall size, and it's also going to be those teeth. Those teeth can go in deep, and so yeah, that would cause really nasty wounds and have Yanchuanosaurus bleed to death. But that's pretty much what I think would happen. I think say 80% Torvosaurus, 20% Yanchuanosaurus. All right, that's all. That's it for now. And next week will be next week there'll be 2 extra episodes. So the first extra episode would be the extra episode that I was planning to have in last month, but I couldn't do it because I was very ill at that. I was ill at that point in time. So this time I'll actually get that extra episode on Thursday, and that would be the extinction series that I'm planning to do. This is like the extinction profiles, and so the first extinction. So why not start with the first extinction on Earth, which is the Ordovician extinction? And so I'll do the Ordovician extinction. So that'll be next week Thursday, and then next week Saturday. That would be a book review, and that would be a book review on a book that I recently got, and so it's Dinosaur World, and it's a huge book. It's got over 1,200 dinosaurs on there, and it's a really interesting book. It's a big book. It's like about this thick, this thick. It's a big book, and so I'll be reviewing that book and giving you what I think about that, and so on. And so yeah, so 2 extra episodes next week. So I'll let you guys know. So you just keep an eye out for those 2 episodes on next week Thursday and next week Saturday. And you can still send me questions about dinosaurs and other prehistoric life by emailing me at dinocris71@gmail.com, or just go on my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts and Dino Chris. Like the page, yes, you post your questions on the comment section. Please put them in the comment section. Don't put them on Messenger. Messenger is for private conversations. So please put your questions in the comment section if you're in the Facebook page. And for YouTubers out there, feel free to like the videos, subscribe to the channel according to my analytics. A lot of you guys are checking out my channel and not subscribed yet, so please hit that like button, because that helps out the algorithm, because that's how YouTube videos work now, is that with the algorithm, if you like the video, it gets spread out to many different people that are interested in dinosaurs and other prehistoric life, and more people can actually get those videos in. And also hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell, so that way you can get weekly videos of every video that comes out. And also feel free to leave your questions in the comment section, YouTubers, because you guys give me some great questions. All of you guys that sending me questions through via email, Facebook, and YouTube, you guys are actually giving me some great questions, and for these Q&A episodes, it means a lot. So keep it up, and your questions are really, really good. And make sure you keep your questions short to the point. You can also follow me on Instagram at dino.chris.pf. I post pretty cool stuff on there. You can also follow me on Twitter at CSGRALL. It's my Twitter page. I post pretty cool stuff on there as well. Also, take care of people around you. Also for younger people out there, and listen to your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. It's the best motivation you could have. A good education. It's very important to have a good education. So with a good education, you get a good job in the future. All right, that's it for now. And I'll see you guys next week for 2 extra episodes.